So welcome to my class in continuation with section C, how to develop projects. We talked about a little about the importance of the teacher or the guide that helps you select a topic and helps you even to develop it, to make you understand how to integrate theoretical knowledge with practical knowledge. That all we did. And in this I'm going to talk about the importance. That's where we left in the last class. So just have a look. So talking about the importance of project work, so it gives the students an opportunity to apply their theoretical knowledge in reality. So these are the benefits. First is practical approach. So using modern technologies in the field of business and management. Then second is very important is exposure to environment. Project work gives an opportunity for exposure to the operational environment in the field of business and related issues. Then independent working. So it enables students to demonstrate his capabilities while working independently. A project works develops independent thinking in what to do and how to do. A student has enough leeway to explore ideas and methods to handle the problem himself, how to go about it. Then it it gives the student an opportunity to clear his doubts which comes his way during the theoretical study, and that helps to deepen his knowledge. And then creativity. It brings out the creativity which is there inherent in all the students. The potential of creativity comes up. So there's this motivation to do better than the other, or to do something which was not there before, something absolutely new. And of course, development of skills. A student gets involved in the process of research work. Then it inculcates important skills of, very important is teamwork, problem solving, time management, then to collect information, then to processing it, to analyze, and to have small little discussions about it, and to come up with meaningful conclusions. So we talked. So this is the importance. And for assessment now, okay. What about the assessment? The examiner is expected to evaluate the project work mainly on the following points. That is, what is the initiative, what was the participation, what is the creativity in presentation, what was the content, observation and research work, and what has been the analysis. So the examiner will see the topic, the title, how was it, was it relevant, and where did the person collect the data from, collection of data, and all of this. I mean, whenever you're doing a research work, all of this should come into play whenever you're doing any kind of research in any subject. So, and more so statistics and economics, but any subject. So then the guide will see where do you collect and the material from, how was the organization done, that means how was the presentation, that means all of what you learn in statistics, like for example your diagrams, your talking about the variables, what are you considering, sample method of collection of data, or census method, the questionnaire method, and all of that. I mean, whatever you can think of, all of those tools, statistical tools, have to be used in making your economic project. And then of course it's analyzing, which means you take up your measures of dispersion or measures of central tendency, correlation, standard deviation, index numbers, and all of that. So what are you trying, what have you used in this? And then based on this you draw the relevant conclusion, and of course the presentation of the project comes up then. So these are some of the steps that you have to take. Again, these are the steps that one has to say: selection of the topic, then you plan out, and then there's a whole lot of planning to be done. How are you going to go about it, right? So I'm just giving it to you again. Just have a look. So, for example, what is the select? How did you select the topic? As we said, then planning. So after selecting the topic, the student should chalk out the plan for determining the data required for the project. So for that, he prepares a questionnaire for collecting the information, and then the data can be either taken, it can be a primary data or a secondary data, but then you should mention that if it's a secondary data, primary if it's a primary data. So then you can talk about how did you collect the data. Did you go and get it from the persons themselves, or just by looking at reports? Did you study the reports? And after that, you analyze and interpret the data. You summarize, you edit the data for the purpose of your analysis. Maybe you've collected so much of data which you really don't require. Then you have to what is that you have to select the data which is important to your project. That's what you have to see. So on this basis of analysis, conclusions will be drawn out of the study that you've made, and you can also one very good thing is you can offer your suggestions. That also is very important. And then finally, you prepare the report giving the details of the project as per the requirement of CBSE, which means, now what does the CBSE say? That how do you present it? Now that is very important. Now look at this. So presentation of the report is, again, it has to follow some rules. You can't just, suppose you're very happy with the project, you can't make 1,000 pages out of it. We are just interested in seeing how you went about it. So the total length of the project should be around 25 to 30 pages, and they should be numbered, and it should be handwritten. That is always there. But in today's pandemic, I mean, we are asking them to make. Children have been asked to make projects and send it on, or either on PowerPoint presentation, or even send their PDFs. Of course, every project report should have what is known as a cover page. In the cover page, you should have the name of the students, the name, the title of the work, class with section, roll number, name of the school, name of the teacher or the guide, and the list of contents also should be there. That the preface has to be given in the beginning, acknowledgements which should be there. Now what is an acknowledgement, which is very important. Now acknowledgement also has a way about it. Now you got to see this. Now acknowledgement, I'm just going to read out. I dash name of the student. I'm thankful to Shri Shrimati Mr. Name of the teacher or guide who provided the guidance and support throughout the project. This project work is the outcome of this is due to her leadership or inspiration or the motivation provided by the teacher, and signature of the students. Okay, so that is very important. And then there has to be also a certificate which has to be attached to every, as per CBSE guidelines. It has to be there. Now in the certificate, I, the name of the teacher, hereby certify that name of the student has completed his or her project file under my supervision. I certify that this project is in accordance with the guidelines issued by the CBSE, and that the teacher should sign, and the name written legibly, which can be read, and the name of the school. So with that, we have what is known as a good project work that you can build on. And really, students, it's such a pleasure to make your project, and that too, since it's there is a limit to it, it becomes even more interesting. So happy project making, and that is for 10 marks, and 10 marks are for art integrated learning, which I'm going to talk about in the next class.